Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the CRL 2019 Season B stream. We are happy to be here. I'm Squid, joined by Hunted. At present, we have a star-studded lineup of matches for you tonight and tomorrow night. Very excited to be here. How are you doing, Hunted?
I'm doing great, and not only are they star-studded matches, they're very important for all the teams involved as well.
Oh, yeah.
And first matchup right out of the gate, Squid, it's going to be Guelph versus the University of Central Florida. And for Guelph, they haven't had the greatest season so far. They start 0-10. They're looking for their first win in CRL 19. But for the Knights, this one, it's almost a must-win. They're 7-7. This is their last game of the season. They're currently tied with Waterloo, fighting for that 8th place spot. And if they get this win, it puts them ever closer to making it in.
Yeah, and every win counts at this point. Obviously, when it's their last game, they're going to want to take that one. Guelph out of the running for the playoffs at this point. Pretty safe to say. Fortunate for them. But Waterloo is a strong team, so definitely vying for that spot. Being UCF, they're trying to get that last spot there. It's going to be a bit of an uphill battle. We got a lot of swing matches coming for you tonight and tomorrow as well, so make sure you're tuning in. I believe OSU Scarlet is going to be another focus for us, but that's later on. We're focused on the here and now. And Guelph, they've made waves in the past. We're surprised to see them sitting at the bottom of the standings presently, but they will have a chance to, maybe play spoiler here for UCF.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't picked up a game so far this season. That's it's certainly quality competition, but there's a reason that they're here. They made it through the qualifiers. They are a historically a decent team that has results in previous CRL seasons. So maybe they get the win. It would be a great time for a win because, like you said, they could certainly play spoiler to the Knights and kind of take the destiny out of their hands, if you will. But it's going to be an uphill battle because this is a game the Knights know they have to win, and I would expect them to come out swinging.
Yeah, and when we're looking at it in the Eastern Conference, that's so stacked. I'm just looking at the standings on my other monitor right now. University of Michigan currently in 3rd place. Not a bad place to be, but they're 8-7 in 3rd place. It kind of makes you question, it's a very, very close race indeed. So a lot of, like I said, a lot of important matches coming up. You guys are going to want to keep track of what's going on for CRL, but it looks like we are pretty well set to go here for this first best of 5 for the night. And I have to ask you, Hunted, who do you have for this one?
Well, it's hard to bet against the Knights here in this series. As much as I would love to see Guelph get that first victory, it's hard to bet against UCF. I'm going to say it takes 4 games. We'll call it 3-1 to the Knights. And Squid, I am interested in what Twitter and everybody in chat has to say. Make sure to tweet at us using the hashtag CRL19, and you could be featured on stream, so make sure to use that hashtag. Tell us who you think is going to win this game. We'll go ahead and show those. But we are underway, Squid. Game 1, Guelph and UCF.
And again, we mentioned Guelph looking to pick up their first game. They've got a solid lineup with those players as well. We've seen them all before. So excited to see if they can put up some marks here against the Knights. Looking to earn that playoff berth. Dirty Eagle, great demo on the last defender in net there. There's Snipes, not much power on Dirty Eagle, a little bit late on that ball. As it will be forced out to the midline. Now the speculative shot off the post and away. Snipes for the follow-up, and he's going to put it through. UCF at the lead first.
Yeah, Snipes prowling around in front of the goal. Opts to turn on this after he sees it come off that back wall. Nobody can get there in time from Guelph. That's an early 1-0 lead for the boys in orange. And in orange, that is UCF, Snipes, Bits, and Dirty Eagle. Guelph in blue, Harps, Draylen, and Lycan. And again, the Griffins, they're looking for their first win. Not the greatest start. Might be down 0-2. They will be. Bits fires that one home, but it's a good start for the Knights.
An easy chalk up there for that second goal. Dirty Eagle looking for the bump, but didn't even need it. Draylen was unable to get into the air for that one. No third man back either, and Vince doesn't have any trouble with that one. And you said it, the Knights coming out swinging here. Want to push forward and try and earn that one of those last couple of spots in the playoffs. There are a couple of teams as well in the standings, pretty low down there in the top 8, that have yet to play a couple of games, so the standings could change rather drastically. Here's Dirty Eagle going to put another mark on the board, and the Knights are running away with it already.
Yeah, very, very early lead, only 1:03 seconds in, already 3-0, and it's really coming down to a lot of speed play so far by UCF. Their first goal, Snipes wheels around in the corner, knows he can beat the 2 defenders to the ball, and he does so. again that time. Just an easy off the back wall play. And these teams are going to make that kind of touch. You've got to be in good position if you're Guelph. But unfortunately, they did not start off that way. They haven't been quick to the ball, and it's no surprise they're down early.
And a lot of team effort here by the Knights. Dirty Eagle unable to make contact there. Taking a glance at the scoreboard, 1 goal for every one of the orange players so far. And each one has been assisted. A minute 30 gone now, and again, Guelph on their own back half. Harps coming out of the corner here, but loses possession. It's going to be far and away. Dirty Eagle for the pickup. Going to blast the one past Draylen, almost getting the dunk against Lycan, but no luck. This one's tossed towards the net, but Snipes is there to turn it away.
That was the first shot for the Griffins. Decent one from a little bit outside. It was a relatively easy save, but they need to get more of those on goal. Start to test this orange defense if they want to try to come back. They've got 3 minutes, but a shot every 2 minutes is not going to do it.
Oh, but here's a quality one off the crossbar and away. Unfortunately, Harps can't get that one through. And you said it, lots of time left for Guelph, and it does seem that their offensive book has been opened. At least a little bit here. Now Bits off the back wall. A good pass into center. But nobody there for the follow-up. They're going to continue the attack. Dirty Eagle up to Snipes. That one blocked out as well. And UCF happy to continue this attack. Bits in the air off the backboard once again. Baiting out so many defenders. They'll be unable to put it away. But another opportunity off the double commit. That one's just under the crossbar, and they put up 4.
And the double commit, like you said, really hurting them here. Draylen and Harps not able to sort it out. Leaves nobody in the back of the net for Dirty Eagle. That is a wide open shot, and he is not going to miss that. 3 shots apiece for the members of UCF here, Squid. They have just been peppering the net early, and they do not look like they're going to slow down anytime soon.
Absolutely. And honestly, if this is a bit of a precursor for the story of this series, and I fear for Guelph. But we like to talk about there's still plenty of time on the board. And I have to say, not quite been a lot of Guelph on the offense, so there's still a little bit of an opportunity they might be able to impress us there. Dirty Eagle off the back wall and barely blocked out. Harps is going to make sure it gets away. But a close call for the Guelph defense once again. Now pass up to Lycan, shots on target. A beautiful one at that. They put up their first mark.
Oh, there you go. You're on the board, and it's just a good play. Great pass from Harps to Lycan. Nobody back for UCF. Maybe getting a little overconfident on that play. Not expecting the shot. They're going to pay for it, and it's a 3-goal game with a minute 45 to go.
And again, going to reiterate, plenty doable at this point in time. Guelph's actually going to try and start out on the offense once again. Immediately off the face-off here. Draylen popping that one up high. Doesn't have much boost to follow it, but he will anyways. Plenty of tenacity here. Harp's going to get a bit of a hand on that one, but not much to come out of it. Bumps Dirty Eagle and trying to slow down the transition into a Knights offense. Lycan's going to get a piece of that one too. Pass up to Lycan once again. It's a 1-2 and nobody's back. They've got 2.
I'm not quite sure what was going on. It looked like Snipes was stopped in the corner there, maybe having connection problems. Not sure, but either way, he's not in the net for that one. So it's a 2-goal lead now, and it is interesting to note coming into this series that UCF, they've only got an 8-goal differential in their favor throughout the 14 games they've played. Granted, Guelph had a negative 58 mark coming in, but it's obvious that UCF play a lot of close games, so they're no stranger to this one.
With a minute left, it'll be rather easy to hold on to this 2-goal lead. We'll see if they can make that happen. Guelph have been looking a lot more aggressive in these last 2 minutes. 50-50, relatively neutral here at the midfield. Dirty Eagle for the pickup. Going to try and take it out of the corner, but blocked by Draylen. Harps coming in, but a pass back to Bits will keep the possession in UCF's favor only momentarily, though. Dirty Eagle cut off by Harps in the passing lane, but they need more than that if they're Guelph are going to score here. We'll drop off into the corner, and the Knights try to re-control this ball.
Solid defense so far from Guelph here in the final moments, but you've got to play more than defense. You need to get the ball out, find an opportunity, but with a double commit there, it could be dangerous as Bits is just going to score this shot. Oh, no, he's not! Snipes makes the save. Are you serious?
Well, I have to say, you know, the guts, Snipes trying to steal that goal. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like they're going to get punished for it. Bits receives a pass from Dirty Eagle, but I suppose the Knights seem pretty confident, Hunter.
wow, it's not something you see every day. It's certainly at this high level and with a game that means so much to UCF. Luckily for them, they don't get bit by it. And it looks like they're going to take game one, so we're just going to go ahead and forget about that, Squid. Look forward to game two.
Scratcher one right off the highlight reel. They've got a safe game one here with a 3-goal lead at the end of regulation. And a relatively spread out effort between their teammates as well, but I have to commend Guelph. It was a much different second half of the game.
Yeah, they definitely look like they got a little bit of life there going into the second half. After scoring that first goal, it certainly seemed like they got a little bit of confidence back in their play, which was nice to see. However, 5 total shots, that ties 2 of the UCF players alone, just by themselves. 2 of the UCF players had 5 shots. And, you know, it's just not enough offensive pressure in the orange zone. And that starts with being able to clear the ball out of the zone. We didn't see a lot of it. We kind of mentioned it towards the end of that game that they were getting stuck in their own half. And because of that, they didn't have the boost. They didn't have the presence to bring anything towards the offensive side of the ball. So I'd like to see them at least hurry it up a little bit in the defensive zone, try to maintain possession and get on offense.
Yeah, and I think the maintaining possession is the most important part for me personally, because we did see a lot of chances they just kind of threw away because they just threw it straight to the opponents and were unable to make a meaningful play out of what they had. Although I will say that at the midfield line, when it comes to making those challenges and making sure the opponents aren't getting incredibly comfortable, they did a much better job in the second half. Obviously, it was just the night show in the first half of the game. They put up 3 easy marks. But after that, Guelph really seemed to come alive, and they decided that, you know, hey, let's make ourselves known at the midfield. Even though they weren't able to pick up nearly as much boost as they would have liked, it was a definitive improvement. Just about in every category. Like I said, the midfield challenges, you know, they were trying to manage their own back boost as well. There were a couple of double commits in the first half that we didn't see so often in the second half of the game, and I could go on for just about forever. But, I mean, the fact remains, they still got 2 more games that's, you know, they're going to have to lose if they drop the series. There's still time. They can make the necessary changes.
Yeah, 2 games at the very least, and you hope to see them at least push it to 4, maybe 5 games potentially. But UCF looking very good as we're getting ready to go into game number 2. Again, you know, a little bit of server issues, as is normal with any kind of Rocket League. But we'll be getting into game 2 soon, but I couldn't agree more. I have a bad feeling for Guelph in this one because it wasn't a good play at the end from UCF to steal that goal, and it didn't even, it never went in the net even. But it shows you that they're playing with that kind of confidence, that they're willing to have a little bit of fun at the end of the game when it could have come back to haunt them. I am scared for Guelph going into this knowing that UCF is playing with confidence.
I mean, to just emphasize that point, right? I know for me personally, when I'm having fun playing Rocket League, I play so much better. You know, just subconsciously, I feel. So if you got the UCF Knights out there just playing like, hey, man, we're just having fun, that's honestly kind of bad news. I mean, for me, that's just the way that I try hard. But here we go. Game 2 on the line. And Guelph looking to prevent themselves from being on match point in a sweep situation. With a game win here, but a double commit right on the defense. Off the bat. Looking good. Bates going to pop this one up high. Harps does not make a touch on the back wall, but they might not get punished immediately. Sniped for the drop down, denied by Lycan, but the Knights trying for this offense. They just want to start off right where they were before. Shots on target, and Harps can't make it. Snipes has the first mark of this game.
This is just a relatively straightforward shot. A great pass from Bits off the back wall. Snipes just beating Lycan to the ball. But it's the positioning of Harps that really does him in there. He can't get up to it. This is a little bit too far forward, not ready for the shot. That's UCF out to 1-goal lead, only 30 seconds in.
But my goodness, if Guelph didn't win the faceoff. This one going right towards the net, actually almost finds its way in, but Lycan isn't that lucky, unfortunately for Guelph. Snipes will get up in the air, try and take the pass from Bits, but no contact made, and it'll drop off into the corner. Harps past one, looking for the pass to Lycan. This one could come together nicely. The shot, a banger at that, and he manages to get it past the defender.
He just muscles this one home. It's another wonderful pass. This time it's Harps right to Lycan, and he hits it as hard as he possibly can. No chance for Snipes on that save, and It's the two players with 2 shots that each have a goal in this game. Snipes with 2 and Lycan with 2. We're all tied up 1-1 with just about a minute going by.
Well, that might change fast. Dirty Eagle coming in from the side. Reading that one off the back wall, crossbar down and in, and that time would not last for very long.
And it's one of those things that you just have to chalk up to, you know, a poor kickoff strategy or a bit of luck for the enemy team. You can't get down on yourself after giving up a kickoff goal. We'll see how Guelph responds.
Oh, absolutely not. But I think the most important factor in that entire play, actually, was the fact that you called the tie hunted. So, very well done there. Getting in our daily dose of Caster's Curse, as is normal here. Traylon with no boost. That's trying to make it work. Bit of an interesting play, but the Griffins manage their way onto the offensive side.
It's a good pass. Traylon doesn't hit it. Harps is there. Almost looked like a volleyball play where Harps was going up to the fake. Traylon hits it, but the defender was there to make the play. And yeah, it's a better start to this game, certainly for Guelph. They're not finding themselves down a ton after the first minute. Only down a goal. It's certainly doable, especially if they can get those transitional plays like they scored in the first goal on working again.
Now pass up high. Ooh, that was a close call. A double commit by the Griffins. But no punish. The Knights weren't that close. And, I mean, touching on what you said just a moment ago, it also has to help not being down 3-0 so early on in the game from a mental standpoint. Going to give them a little bit more fortitude in their allowance. Harps puts this one downfield, trying to follow that one up. And he might just get a goal out of it, but can't quite get that one inside of the post. But a close call, almost a misplay on the defense there for the Knights. And, well, ooh, denied. That 50-50 is so important.
Really interested on why Lycan decided to cut that rotation. He had no reason to rotate into that corner on offense, and it wound up in an easy clear for UCF. They've got to sort out these rotational problems. Make sure you're not cutting your teammates on offense.
Lycan coming out of the corner now. Sterling going to wait back and support, and as is Harps. It'll be tossed up to the corner, looking for the back pass. A good idea. Lycan finds Draylon. They're trying to keep this offense going. 2 players for UCF over the midfield line, but Bits is able to stall for long enough to get the reset. As this one pops up high, Dirty Eagle lobs it off to the side. Bits is actually looking for the back pass to Snipes. There's a lot of dynamic play going on here in between both of these teams. They're trying to play based on the possessions that they have.
Yeah, UCF's getting a little mixed up now, though. Starting to slow down their defensive rotation. If you get caught flat-footed in your own zone, especially with no boost, it can be such a pain to try to clear, and it's an easy goal opportunity for the enemy team.
And that was about as close a call you can get, but Dirty Eagle will clean it up. Snipes getting the assist here. Great shot placement for this one.
You know, and it's funny that I say that UCF was getting a little bit too clustered on the defensive side, and Guelph do the exact same thing. Just moments later, and again, it's you lose that rotation. You have somebody stationary for far too long. It's a good shot is going to beat that defender that did just there.
And obviously, you don't have those rotations down. It's going to cause some issues, but the double commits have been habitual almost for Guelph so far this series. Not looking good, but there's still 75 seconds to make an impact, and they have had a relatively good offensive presence so far this game. You're looking to start something up here, Lycan dropping this one into the corner, but with no possession, it's gonna be difficult. Will toss that one downfield, good 50-50. Dirty Eagle also running interference. Snipes coming in for the shot. It's a bit slow, but it still forces Guelph onto the defense. Trying to transition out now. Harps gets one touch, but can't follow it up, and once again, the Griffins going for all these long clears. We talked about it at the end of last game, but they're not following up.
Yeah, a lot of time and space being afforded to UCF, especially when you need 2 goals, almost 3. Harps makes a good play on the goal line, but you cannot be giving the orange team this much space. It's going to turn into more goals.
And it does there, Dirty Eagle. Again, so much to shoot at here. You left that open space on the back wall, and Harps a valiant effort. You know, you have to commend that, but tenacity is there, trying to get up and make that read when you know your teammates cannot do it for themselves. Even though it was so far-fetched, had to try and get up and make that play. Obviously, unable to do so, and it got punished. But at this point, it might as well be over for the Griffins here in Game 2. 3 goals in 25 seconds. I've seen crazy things in Rocket League, but I'm ready to call it.
Yeah, and it's another scoreboard kind of shows the entire picture of the game. If you take a look at the shots, UCF far outshooting Guelph. Again, only 5 shots to their credit go the Griffins, and it's not enough offense. That was a really good save by Harps right at the end. So well done to him to keep it 4-1. But we talked about how UCF, they come into this series only an 8-goal differential throughout all 14 of their series that they've played. A lot of close games for them, and the fact that they're starting to run away with this series, run away with these games, it's really scary, and it just goes to show how unprepared it feels that Guelph looks against this UCF team.
Yeah, I really think that I'm going to have to harp on something that we've talked about now from both of these games, is Guelph just blasting the ball downfield and not following it up. I mean, we've seen some quality opportunities on offense. When they're trying to get the passing plays started up, they look threatening. But those chances are so few and far between that you can almost just kind of let it slide, because the Knights are going to put up 2 marks for every opportunity that Guelph gets to make such a passing play. So we've seen it happen already. Lycan actually taking a pass from Harps this game. It was great. It was one of those plays where it's like, yeah, that's going to be difficult to save. And if they could do that all the time, then they're going to have a very strong offense. But that's the thing. They only did it one time this game. And I think that was like the one great opportunity that they had. They're able to capitalize, but it just never happened.
And it's a funny contrast, a counterpoint to that is that UCF, I haven't really seen too many, if any, passing plays through mid. It's been more just back wall plays, hitting it hard off the back wall, waiting for your teammate to get up for it. And at this level of play, if you're not defending the back wall, you are dead in the water. And UCF has exploited that hard against Guelph.
They absolutely have. But here we go now, moving into game number 3. UCF looking to close it out in a sweep here. And if you got any thoughts on this game, feel free to tweet at us using hashtag CRL19. We'd love to hear your thoughts. But Guelph has to put it all on the field now, or they're going to be going home with another series loss. That shot towards the net, and Draylen can't react in time. Dirty Eagle has the first point.
Looks like he's getting bumped by Bitz here in the corner. Bitz is harassing him the whole way. Does he get another one? No, he just delays him enough that Draylen can't go up for the touch. So some quality harass from Bitz early on gives UCF the early lead, and they can certainly run away with just this one goal.
Considering how much momentum they have from the last 2 games, it would not be difficult to imagine it. First 30 seconds putting up that first goal. They're looking for more snipes. Bit of an interesting use of the air roll there, and Bitz will go for the shot, crossing it behind the defender, and they've got 2 points on the board.
And again, it's this back wall play. That is just a light touch from Snipes. Bitz picks his spot perfectly, and there's no defender available for Guelph to play that. It's something that they really need to shore up. The Griffins, you cannot let so many back wall touches come to fruition for your enemy team. It's not going to work for you.
Yeah, I don't think that I have any charges left on my famous quote left for this week, so I'm just not even going to bother. But I think you already touched base on it anyways. I mean, leaving that back wall open, you may as well have a death wish at that point, but the Griffins finally moving out into offense here. They'll push it into the corner, but lose possession once again. Dirty Eagle now pass up the Bitz, and it's out of the offensive end. This is something we've been talking about. We've been harping on it so much. These Guelph, they just got to follow up on the opportunities they have and not toss it away to their opponents.
That's a good shot from Harps. Saved by Snipes. Would like to see more of those solo plays and maintaining possession of the ball, not trying to clear it too fast out of the zone. You like to see clearance, but you want to see possession. Can they turn this into something? Harps is there. Can he get the touch? Just wide. Draylen follows, hits the crossbar. That was the opportunity for Guelph.
They absolutely need to capitalize on that one. We talked about how few opportunities they seem to get per game to make such good passing plays, and being unable to put it through has to be a heartbreaker. They still got the time, but again, the Knights are going to put up so many more offensive opportunities in their favor before Guelph even gets another good passing play attempt, and they actually look like they have one there. And they're going to put it through. Draylen coming up in the aerial, and they managed to keep it to 1 for the deficit.
That's a tough shot, too. This ball is falling. Draylen has to get up quite quickly to make that play, just out of the reach of Dirty Eagle as well. So solid touch, and that puts Guelph on the board. But you mentioned it, and if you look at the shot counter now, 6 shots, not even halfway gone, and funny enough, it's a closer game now. They shoot over 5 times in one game. It looks better. There's another one from Harps, and man, Guelph really starting to turn it on offense.
Does seem that way. Slow burn, I guess, was the play call for Guelph. And there's another shot opportunity. Lycan shoots that one outside, but Harps for the follow again on the same side. Draylin blocked out, is moving back towards center, rolling in, and the 50-50 goes out of their favor. Wells gets turned away by one defender, sending 2 offensive attackers on the ball. And again, for Guelph, that's going to be a little bit of a demoralizer.
Yeah, that's another play that needs to go in. They give the ball away there. That's close. Bitz has the follow, but will be blocked away. Lucky that it didn't turn into a 2-goal swing there for Guelph. But that's how many missed opportunities now? 2, 3 in this game alone? This could easily be 4-2 in their favor, but just the striking a little bit off, and they need to fix it.
2 or 3 missed opportunities. No matter how many that number is, it's always going to be too high as long as they're trailing by this 1 goal. Is the unfortunate truth for the Griffins here. It's quality cleared there by Harps, fading out 2 offensive players there. Pass from Lycan, though, is sent away. Bitz trying to move this one downfield. Snipes forced to jump early on and actually gets a bump against Harps. It will almost go through. Lycan just standing in front of the net. He makes the play with Draylin coming together on the defensive line, and well, finally looking like a team.
Yeah, giveaway in mid, start that play off. Bitz might have another opportunity. Harps makes the save. Good goal line play from Guelph. Keeps it a 1-goal game.
Now coming the other way. Winning that second man roll quite close enough. Harps does make the 50-50, but it's cleared out. Only 1 minute. The Knights have happily play defense for the remainder of regulation. I want to see Lycan try to step up, though. He seems like he's been the star striker so far. Harps, good touch back. It's a little bit slow. Was Draylin. So move up into the corner. Still plenty of time, especially for this 1 goal. 40 seconds is basically an eternity. But a pass over to Bitz. That 50-50 way out of favor for the Griffins, and fortunate for the Knights.
Yeah, very fortunate. Bitz makes the pass. It's a good pass, but he winds up in perfect position to get that rebounding ball right on the nose of his car, and all he has to do is flick that one home. Still only a 2-goal lead, but with 36 seconds and you're down 0-2 in the series, it's a tough road to battle uphill.
So very much is. I fear for Guelph. They look so strong, especially in this game. Lots of tenacity, but it might all come to a crash right here. Lycan with possession here. Proceed from Draylin. Snipes touched off the back wall. There's still a play opportunity here for Guelph, but Snipes on the backboard. Great possession. Gets it over top of Harps to push the ball into the final 10 seconds. That dunk also crucial. It looks like the Knights are going to hold on here. That 1 goal right at the end. Bitz putting up the scoring mark. UCF managed to complete the sweep with the clutch here.
And it looked much better this game from Guelph. Just look at the shot totals. So many more shots, so many more opportunities for Guelph in this game than the last 2 games, and it came down to them missing those key opportunities, and that's really what kind of hurts after that. It hurts to watch them lose that game when it could have been a tie game going into overtime potentially, or even 4-3 in their favor. That, so close. It's a matter of inches a lot of times, but the team that can execute, the team that can capitalize on those opportunities when they create them, like UCF did, they're going to win every time, and it's a well-deserved win and an important one for the Knights.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier on, but that's going to get them ever closer to securing a playoff spot in the top 8, making it to the playoffs. And I have to say, it's a very hotly contested top 8 at that. So exciting to see UCF pull off that win. And of course, it was so well thought by Guelph. And honestly, if they performed the same way in games 1 and 2 as they did in game number 3, we are looking at, like you said, an incredibly different dynamic between these 2 teams. However, that's going to wrap it up for this series. We could talk about it basically all day. But I'd like to see Guelph again. Unfortunately, their record will move to 0-11.
Yep, but 8-7 for the Knights. So a good win from them, necessary. And it's very important when we look at who's coming up next. OSU, Scarlet, and Penn State. Two of those teams that are hovering right there looking to take that UCF spot.
Yeah, it's going to be an absolute, well, I can't even think of the words. It's going to be so good, but I can't even imagine what it's going to be. But it's going to be a good match. You won't want to miss it. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with that match. Don't go anywhere.
Lycan again.